Well, damn, this is awkward. We're pretty much, an entire day after the patch, and we're still looking at footage from before the patch. Either way, hey, that's a lot of light cancer. Hey, that did no fucking damage. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and just roll right on through it. So, hey, it's a Savior Adin, it's a Belian, and it's an Astromancer Elena. So what's the big thing immediately that you think whenever looking at this comp, which is like, oh no, we can't do that because such and so is there? Well, Belian's there. You can almost always assume that she's going to be on injury set, but if you just so happen to get just the right tip-off and somebody in your guild actually states, hey, by the by, that Belian is not on an injury set. Oh, okay, well that's fucking free. So, if you're ever going into a Belian, you know it's on counter set, and you have a Dark Corvus, and you also have a Roana, congratulations, you just won the fucking game. Now, I did receive a slight scare, and it is a very slight scare, because right there, we just straight up deleted the Savior Adin, so we don't really have to worry about that. But the thing that was a slight scare is the fact that I had no fucking clue that Astromancer Elena's kit had Unhealable on it. I completely forgot, because quite frankly, I never fucking see this character. Considering how, kind of important of a unit that she is, she straight up makes counterattacks not work. You would think you would see her a little bit more frequently, especially in the current, very heavy counterattack meta that we're in, but I really just don't see her all that often. But then again, maybe that's me. Maybe it's because, I'm a filthy casual pleb that only does Guild War related content, and I'm, justifiably quite fucking mid. But, I don't know. I just straight up don't see this character. So, with that being said, that was the only one real tiny scare that I had was, okay, I have to go through just a few turns to actually build up the thing for Dark Corvus to do, and I straight up can't heal him because I'm not running any actual cleanses on my team. Now, we happen to, go through that. Not really a big deal. However, the one big thing that's kind of annoying is we don't have access to soul burns because Belian is a fucking bitch. And because of that, we straight up weren't able to one-tap her right there. And then right here, I'm thinking, yo, we can totally do it. We can absolutely kill this unit, and we won't need to, waste another Dark Corvus S3 on her. But I think ultimately we end up having to do that because I think on the very next turn that Belian gets, she just so happens to give herself this nifty little thing called Continuous Heal. So right there, oh cool. So now I have to just keep going into this unit and I can't fucking kill it. I think I try to go in again, but yeah, I think I just said fuck it, because I didn't know what the fuck kind of HP values I was even really looking at there. It's you know what, let's just get this shit over with and let's go ahead and end it. I probably could have just gone in with an S1 and everything would have been fine, but you know what, whatever, it's fine, because we're not dealing with any injury whatsoever. We're HP scaling bruisers and everything's going to be good. Now, you're probably also wondering, hey, why did you bring Unbound Knight Arowell with you? Really, the only reason as to why is just because I had no clue how hard that Savior Adin was going to hit. Well, not sort of cycling seasons. That's immediately a huge chunk of damage that's just taken off the top, and we don't even have to worry about it. Now, we just kind of, roll on through, press your buttons, eventually get your win. Now, are you guys ready to see me lose like a bitch? Here it comes. So, biggest thing in particular that I completely forgot about. One is I tried to go through this with a turn 2 scenario, but without actually punishing the mechanics of the characters here. For example, right then and there, I could have had Celine on the field. Celine could have then gone in and probably fucking killed something. And then, of course, Navy Captain Landy, crit resist straight up not working there. And then here's the other big thing that just straight up didn't work is, bam, the crit resist didn't work on the top and the bottom character, and Navy Captain Landy, if she did not dodge that crit, she would have absolutely fucking died. I was attempting to see if I could adjust my HP values just enough so that the target was going to be Navy Captain, but then I also didn't even think, oh yeah, the Straze is just going to straight up have attack buff, so he's going to penetrate me anyway. And basically, that's where, I kind of fold. Especially because my fighter Maya kind of sucks. She straight up dies. I die right here to an additional attack right there because I forgot that top model Luluca could do that too. And then Straze just kind of cleans me up. Once again, bad picks all on my part. Hey, looky-loo. LucentAzure's a fucking idiot. Surprise, surprise. But either way, let's go ahead and actually fight the rest of the Guild War while not being fucking stupid. So, what we're going to do is we're going into a Lone Crescent Bellona, a Last Rider Krau, and a Destina. The interesting thing is the fact that this team is actually surprisingly slow. And because they are, okay, cool, Elena just gets to go turn 1? Alright, fine, I'll just throw out that invincibility and that Last Rider Krau will do literally no damage. I'll take it. Now, we haven't really been dealing with anything crazy as to like why we can't just throw out the Illynav S3, because straight up, it does pretty decent damage. I have her on an injury set. The skill itself also does injury now, so bam. The more we go into Last Rider Krau, the more they're just straight up going to lose here. Main reason why is because we have injury on our side. We're basically going into a health scaler that will penetrate your defense, an AoEer, and a light bait like focuser, Lone Crescent Bellona, and a revival slash like healing type unit in Destina. All three of those can get absolutely hosed by just any form of injury that you can really throw at it. So what we're going to be doing is Doris is straight up going to be baiting all of the hits from the Bellona, and also Bellona happens to do AoE attacks here and there every now and then. Because of that, we're going to be receiving nerfed damage from that because of the passive from Elena, because anytime she's hit with a full-on AoE attack, it hits the whole team, then it actually reduces that damage, which is what I also brought in case the Last Rider Krau was going to go into me willy-nilly, and then I would also nerf that damage that way. Thankfully, we kind of just, like, destroy the Last Rider Krau, like, within the next few turns, because we happen to get kind of lucky on a few of our Elbrus procs. We weren't getting a lot of Elbruses beforehand, but I think almost all of our Elbrus procs in this match are all, like, enhanced S1s, which is always good anytime you get that on Illynav. So, basically, we just need to go into Last Rider Krau literally one more time, and he's out the rest of the game. And any and all AoEs that come into me, if I have my S2 available on Elena, I'll just get a free heal that I'll throw out. If not, I have a chance of proccing Elbrus from Illynav. And then also, we have a heal bot with Doris as well. So right here, Last Rider Krau is already dead. So Lone Crescent Bellona is actually starting to turn cycle a little bit. So this guy might have some actual speed on his character, so he can actually do some moving. But we're using pretty much, you know, the best light bait in the game when it comes to taking abuse from darks, and that's Doris. Basically because she just straight up has built-in mechanics into her that are going to reduce the damage that she takes if they happen to be a dark unit. She also happens to heal the entire team, including herself, anytime she is hit by a dark attack. And then we also have Elena there, who's straight up going to be providing any additional heals because we're also just, you know, constantly being pelted with AoE attacks as well. And as you can probably already see, they're already at, like, you know, max injury. And if you soul burn Illynav's S2, it does a metric fucking shitload of damage. We just, you know, take out their anchor in terms of revival, that being Destina. Bam, now all you have left is Lone Crescent Bellona. And with just Lone Crescent Bellona remaining, all we need is to just get lucky with either, like, you know, an S1 into an S2 proc or an Elbrus proc, and we straight up win. Hooray! Now, here's another fight that is, honest to God, it's actually pretty fucking boring to watch. And I will also admit this. I straight up didn't even fucking notice this earlier. I'll bring it up whenever we actually see the magic, and it does happen. But I straight up didn't even fucking notice this. But basically, the Briar which Iseria goes first does literally nothing to my team because I have enough ER on the whole team, as well as, like, everybody's kind of tanky. Okay, cool. That did nothing. I can just kind of straight up, you know, relax and not really worry about anything. So, my general strategy is, let's go ahead and hit S3 on Christy right here, and then let's go ahead and tap auto, and we're just going to hit Briar which Iseria until she's dead. That's it, folks. We just won the game. Now, why did we win the game? Well, the biggest reason as to why is, one, the Briar which Iseria is straight up not doing damage. Now, keep in mind, the thing is about to happen, and it's straight up, I didn't even notice it. The reason why I didn't notice it was because I'm not feeling the effects of the damage. I'm extremely thick right now. Like, everything's fine. It's just a matter of time till I win. But then a certain something happens right here. That is 1. That is 2. And that is 3. That was 3 fucking dual attacks right in a row. Now, sure, they weren't the most detrimental. Honestly, if you wanted probably the worst case scenario, it would have been like a dual attack from Senya every single time, because the Spear of the New Dawn additional damage probably being the worst thing that could have really fucked me over or hit me. But the thing is, I straight up didn't give a shit. The reason why I didn't give a shit was because I have enough tank ability on my entire team, dual attacks, counter attacks, you know, all that shit. Basically, yeah, Shadow Knight Pyllis kind of reduces the damage of that, which is why I said the worst thing that could have happened is if it was Senya doing all of those dual attacks, because additional damage kind of bypasses that. But other than that, that was really the most interesting, or say, like, wild-ass thing that really even happens in this entire fight. So, hey, the Briar Witch Iseria is dead. Now we no longer have to deal with any of the anti-revive horse shit, which really wasn't even an issue in the first place. The biggest thing is, if you see Briar Witch Iseria, you have to assume, oh fuck, this is like a Mediator Kawerik and a Briar Witch. I'm assuming that the Mediator's going to go first, and that Briar Witch is going to cleave the fuck out of me. Fortunately for me, the Briar Witch went first, and then the like Mediator went later. So I guess like his synergy that he was going to go with here is, okay, we'll just put a whole bunch of attack on the Senya, and then the Mediator is going to be there to cleanse anytime, like, you know, bad things happen to Senya. Which honestly, I mean, decent strategy, but it's not really like, it's not really a threat. Because like you're not dealing with a whole lot of RNG going into that, and you can kind of just turn to your way through it. Now, sure, we're watching a very fucking boring rendition of this fight, because quite literally, I was like, what, 2-3 turns in, and then I immediately hit auto until we win? And quite literally, that's what we did. So, hey, now Senya's dead. Thanks, Rocket Punch. You're the greatest fucking artifact ever. If only SG would actually release, you know, another artifact that does the exact same thing that Rocket Punch does, but, like, we can just, you know, get it as a Covenant item, or, hell, even a limited item instead of a collab item, because ain't no telling when the fuck we're ever going to see the fucking Aespa or Vespa collab ever again. And that's what, like, sucks so hard about collabs, dude, is sometimes you end up getting, like, these crazy-ass broken shit, and then you just straight up never see it ever again. Like, who even remembers Kizuna Ai? I don't think anybody, if you weren't here at the time, you're never going to get that character ever again. But either way, you guys get the point. We're pretty much going to win now. So let's go ahead and fast forward here a little bit. And now on the next few turns, we'll just go ahead and kill the Mediator Kawerik. Because straight up, he is turn cycling like a motherfucker. He's getting his S3, gives him 50% CR boost, and he's constantly barriering himself. And for whatever reason, I'm unlucky as fuck, and I'm not able to strip that barrier of Pyllis. Hey, cool, we won. Hey, looky here, it's some more light cancer. Except this time, we're not fighting with a motherfucking dark unit. Alright, well, let's go ahead and go into it with, well, actually, no, I'm retarded. I keep forgetting that Fallen Cece is actually a dark unit when I look at her color scheme and her skin, because she looks like a light unit whenever you look at her. But, like, either way, we have her to just tank the initial hit from the Savior Adin, and then we have Last Rider Krau with us, because we're going to be going into a Belian. And anytime you fight a Belian, I don't give a fuck if it's counter, don't give a fuck if it's injury. A Belian into an LRK and Roana combo is pretty much considered free. The reason why is because anytime you go into her, there's a chance that she's going to, you know, hit you with their S1, because she's more than likely going to have Elbrus. Like, I think it happens a few times here. And basically, that's pretty much what you're going to get. So it takes a little while for things to really start to pop off. And also, we are currently dealing with injury. So, like, injury is... it's a somewhat problem, but it's not too bad, because we have Fallen CC here with us. There's some extra barriers going around. Roana's also providing barriers here and there. Also, every time we hit Savior Adin, we get that. Hey, cool, that's another barrier. And then, hey, looky there. Like, Krau is already, like, what, halfway down, or at least almost at his cooldown yet again, and we straight up can't even soul burn, where we can get it even faster. Hey, fucking A. And then, oh shit, so that Luluca actually has effectiveness. Ain't that a fucking bitch? So now it's just gonna slow us down, because that's quite literally all that's happening now. But, like, I don't know if I had it here. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Yeah, I think I did have it. But either way, whatever. We were silenced there. Big deal. So now Savior Adin goes for this, gives him like immunity, invincibility, whatever, to Ocean Breeze. However, Ocean Breeze's next turn was there, then she uses S3. Okay, fuck it. Even though I have blind here, I know I'm gonna fucking kill you. Shazam! And now they're dead. Now all you have left is Belian. So, Belian, hey, AoE attacks that go into Krau. Sure, I'm taking occasional little baby injury hits here and there, here and there, here and there. But, like, considering how fucking insane the injury game has actually gotten, in terms of the other characters who have injury, the other characters that can utilize injury, things like that, the Belian injury is straight up not even really that big of a thing anymore. The biggest thing that it kind of is if you're fighting a Belian on injury, also with mitigation, and like with a Savior Adin there, then you can look at that and then you're going like, well, fuck, I don't really want to fight that with Dark Corvus, because then I can get injured, and then I very well might take too long to kill the Unbound Knight Arowell, and then I straight up can't one-tap the Savior Adin. Like, that's just a thing that can happen in the way that you can really look at it. So, the other thing really is, yeah, there's nothing else to really talk about. We're just waiting until Krau gets his S3 again, and then we can kind of just, like, take this bitch out of the game, which we should have it now. Well, in the next turn. Yep, there it is. And then with that, bye-bye, Belian. I don't care for your skin. Yay! Now, this next fight right here is going to go really, really quick. So, Arunka, Mediator, Kawerik, and auxiliary lots going into some barrier-based shenanigans. So, Unbound Knight Arowell, Navy Captain Landy, and Destina. So you're probably asking yourself, well, why the fuck do you have Arunka there with Oxlots and with Mediator Kawerik? One very, very simple reason. My Mediator Kawerik has full imprint release, which is an extra, like, I don't know, what is it, like 12-something attack percentage? It's something really high. So he has a lot of attack percentage, and then he also has Warhorn. That increases the attack of the entire team even further. And then we have Oxlots down there at the bottom on imprint release as well, who is also providing a lot of attack to the front and the top line units. So, I don't know math because I'm stupid, but we have a metric fucking shitload of attack. So we should be able to just go through and absolutely annihilate every single character here. Which, straight up, we do. We do somewhere in like the 30k range on about every single hit because they all happen to have barriers at just the right moments, and we were able to just one-tap them out of existence. Woo! Now that I'm done, I want to go take a fucking nap. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the Guild War. Yay! So, I was debating on if I even wanted to make this video or not. Number of reasons. One, the first match was really, really terrible. Like, I shouldn't have fallen for that really, really stupid cleave. I guess it was just a matter of, like, hey, straight up, if you see me in RTA, which you almost never will until, like, there's a skin on the line, you see me in RTA, just fucking start drafting cleave shit. You'll fucking win. I guarantee you'll fucking destroy me. But either way, like, I just straight up had tunnel vision to where I said to myself, yo, I want to fight this with a turn 2 setup. And it almost worked, but then just like, we just got really unlucky. All the hits that could have crit did crit. The crit resist straight up did nothing. My fighter Maya is mid. I don't have extra forms of Rocket Punch. I'm too fucking lazy to take it off of Shadow Knight Pyllis and then like reapply it onto other characters. There's a lot of shit in terms of like inventory management. Like the biggest thing that would be super, super fucking awesome if Epic 7 would actually do this is if we had gear profiles for characters. Then I would, holy fuck, I would experiment with so much fucking shit. I would throw like crazy weird, retarded shit on units, and then that way I would keep my builds that I like on, like, you know, profile A, and then all of my test shit on profile B. But then, of course, if you have profiles and shit like that, I'm positive it would cause gear discrepancy issues or something along those lines. So, I don't know. If the problem is that we don't have enough gear or whatever, which honestly, if you effectively run Rift and you do it well, like where you can one-tap it, I think the biggest problem is we don't have enough charms to where we can just, you know, take literally any piece of gear and one-tap it to 15 and not give a fuck about our charm count. If we had, like, infinite charms or straight up they took charms out of the game, I think that problem would no longer exist. But hey, boys, thanks for watching the video. If you like this video, go ahead and please leave me a like. And if you want to see more of my content, go ahead and hit subscribe. Ring-a-ding-ding.